Okay, hi guys. Yeah, as we all know that the internet has an important role to play in our life. Like it helps us to improve our standard of living, help us to connect people and share knowledge. Yeah, and recently it has been applied to business, and today we're gonna give you some summaries about its application and impacts on business overall. And at the beginning, the internet was invented with the aim of allowing scientists to communicate with each other. They share knowledge, they share data, and also give opinions. However, with the development of the webs in the let me see, like the early 1990s, millions of people all around the world start obtaining the internet accounts, and so the internet has been growing like what we're observing right now. Yeah, and that mm, let me see, therefore online social networks grown, they were born, and they're no longer limited to, in small group like before. Nowadays social networks have over 2.3 billion users all around the world, and the number is still growing. But what really is a social network? It involves a group of people, and they have to share social interactions. Furthermore, they have to have common ties and among members, and they have to share an area for some periods of time. People in an online social network do not have to share goals, purposes, and intentions. They just it's just a place for people to hang out, share space, and communicate with each other without being in a face-to-face situations. So, come to the next part.
To talk about how to turn social network into business, I have to admit that while the early social network had a difficult time in raising capital and revenue, today top social networks are modernizing their huge audience. Early social networks rely on subscription, but today most social networks rely on advertising or the investment of venture capitalists. Users of portal and search engine have come to accept that advertising as the preferred means of supporting web experience rather than paying for it. One important exception is LinkedIn, which offers basic free membership for individuals but charge for higher price for premium service. The table in the slide, as you can see, shows the comparative amount of ad spending on various social networks. Facebook, with almost 24.2 billion euro in ad revenue, towered over the other side in 2016. Below are Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Snapchat, with 2.1 billion, 1.7 billion, 1.1 billion, and 315 million euro in ad spending. So, social networks have had an important impact on how businesses operate, communicate, and serve their customers. A 2015 survey of Fortune 500 firms found that 90% use LinkedIn, 78% use Twitter, and 74% use Facebook. So the most visible business firm use of social network is as a marketing and branding tool. A less visible marketing use of social network is as a powerful listening tool that has strengthened the role of customer and customer feedback system inside a business. Public social networks like Facebook have not been used extensively in firms as collaboration. However, in 2015, Facebook launched its Facebook at Work app, designed to spur collaboration and networking inside large firms as a pilot project. In October 2016, it finally released the commercial version of the app, now called Workplace. However, the new app faced competition from a wide array of collaboration tools provided by Microsoft or IBM, and along with other technology like instant messaging and teleconferencing. So, social networks are where corporate brand and reputation are formed. And from today, take very seriously the topic of online reputation. So, they care about social network posts, commentary, and chat session, or even a live. In this sense, social network become an extension of corporate customer relationship management system and extend their existing market research program. Beyond branding, social networks are being used increasingly as advertising platforms to contact a younger audience than website and email. And as customers increasingly shift their eyeball to social network, use the Facebook maybe to display their video of learning technology, encourage discussion and review, and post trend in its learning tool. However, the business use of social network does not always go well, and some sites had already discussed some of the risks associated with social network. So that is the end of my part, and now I will move to the next panel.
And now I'm going to introduce to you about the types of social networks and their business models. While the most popular general social networks have adopted an advertising model, other kinds of networks have different revenue sources. Social networks have different types of sponsors and different kinds of members. The very first one is general communities. They offer members opportunities to interact with a general audience organized into general topics. The practice networks offer members focused discussion group, help, information, and knowledge related to an area of shared practice. The next one is interest-based social networks, which offer members focused discussion group based on a shared interest in some specific subject, such as business, career, sports, horses, health, skiing, and thousands of other topics. Affinity communities offer members focused discussion and interaction with other people who can share the same affinity. And the last one is sponsored communities, which are online communities created by the government, non-profits, or for-profit organizations for the purpose of pursuing organizational goals.
Okay, I will talk about part 2, online auctions. Auctions are used throughout the e-commerce landscape. The most widely known auction are C2C, which is consumer to consumer auctions. The less well known are B2B and B2C auctions. Now I will talk about the benefit and the costs of auctions. Consumer, merchants, and society as a whole derive a number of economic benefits from participating in internet auctions. These benefits include: first, liquidity. Sellers and buyers can be located anywhere around the globe, so they can find the global market for rare items that would not have existed before the internet. Secondly is the price discovery. Buyers and sellers can quickly and efficiently develop prices for items that are hard to assess, where the price depends on the demand and supply, and where the item is rare. Thirdly is the price transparency. Public internet auctions allow everyone in the world to see the asking and bidding prices for items. Next is the market efficiency. Auction often lead to lower price, reduce the price, hence reduce the profits of merchants, leading to an increase in consumer welfare, one measure of market efficiency. Next is lower transaction costs. Online auction can lower the cost of selling and purchasing products, benefit both the merchant and the consumer. And lastly is the network effects. The larger the auction site becomes in terms of visitor and product for sale, the more valuable it becomes as a marketplace for everyone by providing liquidity and several other benefits, such as lower transaction costs, higher efficiency, and better price transparency. Despite the benefits, there are some risks and costs you should keep in mind about online auctions. First is the delay consumption cost. Internet auction can go on for days and shipping will take additional time. Secondly is the monitoring cost.
Participation in auctions requires your time to monitor bidding. Thirdly is the equipment cost. Internet auctions require you to purchase a computer and pay for internet access. Thirdly is the trust risk. Online auctions are a significant source of internet fraud. Using auction increases the risk of experiencing a loss. And lastly is the fulfillment cost. Typically, a buyer pays fulfillment costs of packaging, shipping, and insurance, whereas at a physical store, these costs are included in the retail price. Now we'll move to the next part.
The primary types of auction found in the Internet are e-auction, Dutch Internet auction, name your own price auction, and so-called penny auctions. The English portion is the easiest to understand and the most common form auction on eBay. Typically, there is a single item up for sale from a single seller. There is a time limit when the auction ends and a reserve price below which the seller will not sell, and a minimum incredible bid sale. Multiple buyers bid against one another until the auction time limit is reached. The highest bidder wins the item. English auctions are considered to be seller buyers because multiple buyers compete against one another. The Dutch Internet auction format is perfect for sellers that have many identical items to sell. Sellers start by listing a minimum price or starting bids for one item and the number of items for sale. Bidders specify both a bid price and the quantity they want to buy. The uniform price reigns. Winning bidder pays the same price per item, which is the lowest successful bid. This market clearing price can be less than some bids. If there are more buyers than items, the earliest successful bid gets good. In general, high bidders get the quantity they want at the lowest successful price, whether low successful bidder may not get the quantity they want, but they will get something. The name your own price auction was pioneered by Priceline and is the second most popular auction format on the web. But how can Priceline often such deep discount of price for several provided by major names? There are several answers. First, Priceline sells the brand by not publicizing price at which major brands sell. This reduces conflict with traditional channels, including direct sale. Second, the services sold both are priceable. If a Priceline customer did not pay something for the empty seat, rental car, or hotel room, seller would not receive any revenue. Hence, sellers are highly motivated to at least cover the cost of that service by selling at a spot market, a very low price. The strategy for sellers is to sell as much as possible through more profitable channels and then unlock excess capacity on spot markets such as Priceline. This works to the advantage of customer, seller, and Priceline, but charge a transaction fee to seller. The so-called penny auction have another name is binding fee auction, and you must typically pay the penny auction side for the bid ahead of time, typical 50 cents or $1, usually in a package cost of $20 to $50. Once you have purchased the bid, you can jump to bid on item listed by the penny auction site. Items typically start at near $0 and each bid raises the price by a fixed amount, usually just a penny. Auctions are timed, and when the time runs out, the last and highest bidder wins the item. Although the price of item itself may not be that high, the successful bidder will typically have spent much more than that. The Federal Trade Commission has issued an alert about penny auction, warning that bidders may find they spend far more than they intended. Examples of penny auction sites include QuickBuy, Bizis, and Happy Birthday.